Georgia Tech is swarming. Another commitment on the flats. The second one coming from Houston County. We talk about it today on the show. Houston County, Georgia Tech is rolling, rolling. Another one on the flats, and I don't think they are quite done yet. Now, this is a big weekend. I think Georgia Tech probably got about one or two more sprinkled in there for them, right? And I think they're gonna probably call off the dogs, call off the hounds a little bit, man, and call off the Yellow Jackets and the Bees and everything like that, man, in terms of their recruitment. But they got Noah Renners earlier. Y'all let me know, Georgia Tech family. If I want to bring down this film, I was out and about at a camp, different things like that. I wasn't unable to obviously get that news. I really thought it was gonna be Cole. No, no. His name is not Cole. Hold on. Make sure I get this kid name right. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, I was right. Okay. I really thought, nah, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, right? It depends on how many linebackers they're gonna take. But I really thought Cole Crawford was going to be the guy for Georgia Tech in terms of this weekend, right? Now, remember, he bumped out a Kentucky, OV for Georgia Tech. Okay, so he decided for that one. So now they're still battling, Alabama and Tennessee in there for Cole, but this is a 4-star prospect. If I'm Georgia Tech, I want him. Like, you got Noah Renners now. Like, you need another guy alongside him, right? Now, people are going to be like, well, Naj, we already got Braden Gordon, right? We got Caleb Spivey. Didn't we just get one from Carver Montgomery now at Prattville? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many more guys do we need to get? But remember, you're losing 4 backers, right? Now, you got 3 on there. That's only 3. But think about having maybe 4 or 5, and then adding in a couple more, for that situation. So I could see it. This is the one I thought I was going to commit this weekend, though, was probably Cole Crawford. And it's going to be interesting to see what kind of happens here. If does he still commit? Does he go somewhere else? Like, this is the big one I kind of have my eyes on a little bit, right? And then for Georgia Tech, they have a guy they got their eyes on in Kyle Johnson. That's supposed to commit here pretty soon. June 25th. So we'll see if they can beat him out. I think if you're Georgia Tech, if you can land, let me be real with y'all, but I love to watch my channel, my show. If they can land Cole Crawford, they can flip a guy. I'm not gonna say his name. I think it's gonna happen, but they can flip that guy. That blue chipper that's on campus, and then they can go get Kyle Johnson. That's the top 25 class. That's 3 blue chip prospects to end it off. You had about 20 something recruits. I think if you Georgia Tech, that gets it done for you. That does the job. It does everything that you wanted to do, everything you wanted to be, and that will pretty much wrap it up for Coach Key. And I think Georgia Tech, they don't need really much else, right? You can dibble and dabble in receiver, but you got your running backs, you got good offensive line play at that point, Braylin Mills, and then you get another guy would be 4. Offensive line guys, defensive lines loaded, linebackers loaded. You might need 1 or 2 corners, maybe. Maybe, but they might try to go older route. It all depends on how they feel at that position. But that's probably the only discrepancy you're probably seeing at the moment. But they've checked damn near every box of what you want and what you need. So I'm a Georgia Tech fan. I feel pretty good, man. But that's the one I thought, okay, I can see them landing this weekend. And maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out. But this is the big one right here, man. Braylin Mills committing to Georgia Tech. Obviously, they get their first offensive tackle because remember, they got Jaden Thompson, right, and Jordan Dillon, but they play on the interior of the offensive line, right? They don't play outside. They play inside. So, if you're Georgia Tech, you got to get maybe at least 1 or 2 to challenge, 1 or 2 to be able to come in there and play, right? So, Braylin Mills, 6'7", about 330 pounds. I got a chance to see him up close and personal as I shared on my X. You guys can definitely go check that out. But here is the video of him when I went back into the spring, right? Nothing too crazy, but you guys are going to see him kind of his movement a little bit. We're going to refresh this page You got to see, right? You see the movement. You see how big he is. You see how he gets your hands on the hat, right? Now, the thing I would say with Braylon is he has a good skill set. He can do a lot of different things, right? He'll have to shoot the motion because, coming off the ball, he's going to have to come off the ball a little bit faster, right? That's probably like one of my only critiques. Coming off the ball a little bit faster, but once he gets his weight and his pounds and his ability on you, it's tough to fend off. It's tough to get him up off you, right? But I think he's a guy like he's going to have to work on that get off a little bit and then just that continued physicality. Because when you go into the ACC, you're going to play top end defensive linemen, right? You're going to play booking guys that can make a lot of plays on the ball. So that get off is really important in that initial push. Outside of that, I think Georgia Tech 6'7", 330. This is exactly what you want at the position, right? Exactly what you need. 1 second. Excuse me. Exactly what you need at the position, right? And he checks a lot of boxes for you that you need at offensive tackle. And what does Brent Key continue to say? I need size. I need girth, right? So we look at some of the targets that they have, right? Kennedy Jackson was one. 6'6", he just flipped to Georgia, right? That's going to be hard for them to probably land. Kyle Johnson is about 6'6", 6'7", 300 plus pounds. Obviously, you see Braylin Mills, they'll probably get him down to about 325, 320. But another massive offensive lineman, at 6'7", 330, right? So Coach Key is still on business, right? He said this in the spring, and he said this in conversations like, this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. This is what it needs to be. And he's executed that game plan to a T of what he wants the team to be for now and also in the future. And I think he's checking every single box when it comes to that size, that girth, and he wants massive guys that can move, right? And I think that's what he's been landing on here recently, okay? So, right, we're going to break down the film and then talk about the class as a whole and then just see a couple targets that they could go get. And I've already given you guys about 3 or 4 that I think, like, hey, man, this would be massive. This will help them out a lot. This will help them get that class that they're trying to get, okay? So let's go ahead and roll the tape. Let's break down the film and show Georgia Tech fans what they're going to be getting in a player like this, all right? Here we go. Hold on, y'all. Share this tab. Of course, we got a T-Mobile commercial. Why would we not? All right, here we go, y'all. Film breakdown time. What does the film say? Big Braylin Mills. Let's see what we're going to be looking at. Hold on 1 second. Hate when it does that and I cannot click. It's like the most annoying thing. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Wow. All right. So as you guys can see, once he gets his hands on you, man, it's hard to get it off. 6'7", absolute mover with Hoko. And a reminder that Hoko plays in one of the top classifications in the state of Georgia. They play with Thomas County Central, defending state champions, Lee County. This year they're going to have Coffee, Warner Robins. Like, they're playing in a very good region, to say the least. So as you guys see there, man, just getting the hat on the hat and being able to be a move, right? So that's what I meant by, like, the initial first step. It's not the quickest, in my opinion, right? This is against Tift County, right? Not the quickest, but once he gets some paws on you, do y'all see how he manhandles the defender? Right now, obviously, this is going to be a help block. This team is going to help him at the end. But see that? And he could just bulldoze you, right? So that's the part I love. Like, Georgia Tech's not going to have to do too much when it comes to, get your hands on him and dominate him. Like, Georgia Tech's not going to have to worry about that at all, right? They're going to have that down to a T because this guy, once he gets them hands on you, there's nothing you can do, right? No space, pancake block, Northside Warner Robins, talented team, right? And you guys can see just straight domination, overpowering you, making you feel it, right? Making you think twice about it. Here moves this guy, continues to move him, opens up that gap. Only thing here I want to see, push him out the way, and then go right here and loop around and go get this linebacker. That would be my only critique here. We've seen in the last film with Kamari Hudson, he would go and he would basically truck the first guy, and then he would get to the second level and get that guy. You know what I'm saying? But good block there by Braylin Mills, being able to obviously open up that gap in that hole. Here, a little bit of practice. You see it. Straight arm opens up the hole. He's nowhere in contention, right? There's the running back, Stinson, and then you see Mills right here just being able to open that gap that he can run through, right? Making his job a whole lot easier. And then here against Brookwood, Julian Elsie, the team he plays for, right? You guys are going to see big number 51, and look at him push and move him out the hell of the way. Right here against Colquitt County, right? Going up against the guy. So only thing, like just a little bit quicker, like drop kick step for me, right? Decent, you know what I'm saying? But you want to like kind of like be moving a little bit. Like that's my only critique there. But as you guys can see, just a little bit faster with the feet. But that's something that Coach Mogridge and that's something that Coach Key can kind of clean up a little bit. It's nothing bad. But when you play ACC, see, right there, you want to already kind of have that kick step kind of rolling back. But boom, you see, once he gets the hat on the hat and he gets his hands on you, you're not going to have no space, right? He's probably one of the most elite at that. Like once he gets them paws on you, there is nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? And then this was the part, like I said, like here, go punch him in the mouth, right? Throw him completely out of the way. He does it at the end, but open up that big time gap for your teammates, right? Make them feel it. See here against Big 57, see how he's moving them, right? And then once he engages, like the defense has no chance in hell, right? You see that engagement, and then just push him completely out of the way, right? That's where he goes, and he's very, very, very good at. You know what I'm saying? He thrives in that area. Here, a little spin move, but you see, right? Doesn't get fooled by it, right? Recovers, see, doesn't miss. Okay, I know you finna spin. Let me get to that spot, and then you're nowhere near my quarterback. So he is a staple left end bookend tackle, right? And that could be for you for a while. The key to me is the get off, a quicker drop step kick to me, right? And being able to just kind of just punish a little more. Does good getting the hat on the hat and getting his hands on you, right? And pushing you and driving you. But just being able to like just finish guys. That's the only couple little pieces he's missing. Outside of that, I mean, I think you're looking at a guy that can be that for you for a very, very, very long time. Right here against Rome, a perennial team in North Georgia, right? That right there. Just like the only difference there, this is good, right? Watch him move on the inside, right? Go finish him, right? Go put him in the dirt. Go finish him all the way down. Those are my only little small critiques for him, right? Very good player, right? Very strong potential. But those are some of my only little critiques here and there for him, okay? That I believe can take his game to obviously another level, right? And make him, potentially dangerous, right? But that was the 2 minutes of film, right? I'm gonna look at one of these and to see if there's anything else. This was from last year.
We are the
Yeah,
Dillos. We are
let's
from
see what
Northern
we see here.
Kentucky. Being
Yeah,
out in a
I
rural
don't know
area,
what
the
about.
coverage
That was
is
gonna be
pretty
about
hit and miss
2
with
minutes.
other carriers.
I want to
So
get
switching to
good
T-Mobile
looks.
solved a lot of
I'm
problems that
y'all
we
video
had.
today.
I'm able to use
Thank
T
you guys so
satellite
much.
now when you
Appreciate
need
you
to
guys like, comment,
communicate. You can
and
communicate
subscribe
with
and hype
anyone.
this up. I'm gonna give you guys another look at 2025 just to see that growth and that maturation of what he just looked like just now last year compared to maybe the year before as a sophomore. Because that's really where he burst onto the scene. He started to get ranked, rated. More people wanted to
The
see what he
value
would
that we
be
get
and he
with
could
T-Mobile
potentially
is
become.
excellent.
Okay, so let's look at this tape as well and kind of see what we're looking at with Mills. Okay, hold on one second. Just want to be able to click on this. Okay, this is it right here. Okay, no. Guess he only had an 18-second clip. I wish he had more. Okay. Last year's tape. Let's see what we got. Oh no, we've seen this on the other play. Just him being able to drive and move the guy. Okay, we've seen that. I thought he would have a little bit more. Okay, this is the timeline. Let's check highlights. Let me see. I want to give you guys the full. Yeah, that was 6 months ago, a year ago. Ah. Let's try. I don't think I've seen Perry film. Let's try Perry. This will probably be it, y'all. I just want to give you guys like just a good look. I don't want to BS you guys. Give you guys a good look at what he is because 2 minutes is not very long to kind of like evaluate and tell you what I think of the prospect. I'm gonna look at this last little 40-something second clip and give you guys my thoughts and my reaction. Give me 1 sec, y'all. Okay, this will be it. And then we'll break down the class. Oh, and please, tech fans that are in here, like comment below, like Naj, I want a Noah Renez film breakdown. I only want to do content that y'all want to see. Okay, so please, like as I'm about to break this down, let me know down in the comments. Somebody comment below. Hey Naj, do a Noah Renez linebacker film breakdown. Let me know if y'all don't want that. All good. Just let me know in the comments. All right, let's look. Okay, so as you guys can see, get to this guy right here. No, that can't be him. Hold on, bro. I think he's on the interior. Yeah. Okay, here's big guy. Okay, big Braylin Mills right there. Okay. Right here, y'all. Okay, let's watch this guy. Okay, here he comes over. Okay, one. Yeah, not bad. But like I said, that's what I said. I want the drop kick step to be a little bit faster. You know what I'm saying? 57 doesn't have a chance. Does a good job baiting him and finishing it off. It's nothing really crazy there against Perry. Perry's a pretty good team. One of their better rivals, for sure. Okay, let's see. Just the same play, another angle. Yeah, just another angle. Okay. All right. All right, y'all. I did try. Okay, so it ain't a lot on the film aspects that I can obviously provide you guys, unfortunately. So please forgive me there. But I will say from what I saw, right, I think that a quicker drop kick step, in my humble opinion, I think being able just to be a little bit more of a finisher, right? Just like once he gets his hands on you, he's dominant. But I want to see you put their head in the dirt. I want to see you put their head in the ground, right? It's a little bit more, right? A little bit more aggression. You know what I'm saying? And this the ability to kind of get off a little bit quicker. Those are my only critiques. And I ain't saying kid can't play. I get it's a solid B, right? But I think those are some of the things technically wise that they'll have to clean up and get right for this Georgia Tech football team. But he has everything they need to be a bookend left tackle. It's going to be very interesting. We're going to be having some conversations, especially if they're able to land Kyle L. Johnson, right? We're going to see what's going to happen because now you look, he predominantly plays left tackle. Now you can move him around, right? But remember, this year, guys, for Georgia Tech fans that watch, you know that's going to be Braylin Mills, not Braylin Mills, I'm sorry, Jamison Riggs' job this year, right? But you're going to have to replace that left tackle. Ethan McKinney's likely gone. Will he stay? We will see. He's a redshirt junior, right? You're going to have to replace that position. So who will that be? Is it any of the young freshmen coming in? Is it Josh Petty next year? I don't know, right? So it's a good conversation because he's a 5-star coming out of high school, right? So we got to find out. We got to see. But Georgia Tech not messing around. They're getting the competition. They're getting the guys they need. Now, for those that are still watching, let's look at the class real quick before we end this live in this video. Okay. Now they're number 26 on Rivals and 247, right? What needs to happen for Georgia Tech to get that top class, that top 25 class, is this weekend, right? And I said it before. Cole Crawford, right? You got Noah Rennes, right? I don't know if they want another backer, but if I'm Georgia Tech, I need one more, right? Now, some guys are going to have to leave after this year, right? I think they're going to lose a lot of seniors, I'm sure. But Cole Crawford and Noah Rennes can be your solid bookend linebackers for the future, and you can rotate in a Braden Gordon, you know what I'm saying, and Jason Crenshaw. You can rotate those guys in as stat linebacker and different things like that, right? The more, the merrier, in my humble opinion, right? And they want youth, right? But this has been a very aggressive recruiting class, but to get that top 25, you need about 3 to 4 more, right? Kyle Johnson's a consensus 4-star, right? So he does a lot if you're able to land him. Cole Crawford is a consensus 4-star prospect. You get him, that's going to help you out a lot, right? And then obviously you got a flip watch going on right now as well, okay? So if you can land the flip, Kyle Johnson and Cole Crawford, that's it. That's all you really need for real. You know what I'm saying? If you got that, you don't take you good, right? You at 21 commits. I think ideally, right? I'm not saying what somebody told me. This is my opinion. Ideally, if you get 24, you're good, right? I think even in 2025, they had about 24 commits. That does it, right? Now, you might have, you never know what teams can offer and throw out there. You could lose 1 or 2. I'm just putting it out there because teams are aggressive. Teams be trying to flip guys. Teams be trying to do different things. Y'all know what I'm saying? So you might lose 1 or 2, but around 22 to 24 range is ideal for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in terms of their recruiting and who they want to bring in and land. Okay? So those are the 3. And any fans that's watching, that watch me all the time, those are the 3 I would want. I'm hitting Coach Key. I'm hitting it. Let's get those 3. And then that class is solidified to me. Right? Now, the only gaping hole is going to be cornerback. Right? But if you can get one more, like imagine Georgia Tech gets Sincere Gaylord, right? That's going to do it, right? That'll be about 25, right? But my thinking is that maybe one of those 2 safeties they got, maybe they switch to a corner. MJ Burnett's a guy that's a stud, looks more natural at the cornerback spot, right? Then it opens up, oh, maybe I can go get another safety. Maybe I can go get another guy that can play the back end. And then you can move to corner. Then you have that guy at corner. Your last corner in this class, you might only take 2, is Sincere Gaylord, right? Now you're going to have to get him away from Georgia because Georgia wants him, right, from IMG Academy. So that part's not going to be easy for Georgia Tech. But that's ideally like how the rest of this class is going to go out. It's how you want it. And I'm going to keep saying it. If I'm Georgia Tech, I know you don't want all them damn receivers. I'm going to try to flip JB, Jabari Watkins. I'm not going to let him go out the state. That's just me. That's my personal preference. I'm telling you, that kid's a dog. Y'all gonna see it. If he ends up at Arkansas, I can see what the hell I'm talking about. Right? But if I'm Georgia Tech and I'm at staff, I'm director player personnel, and I'm the recruit, I don't let him leave my state. That's just me, though. Right? But that is how you're going to get a top 25 class for Georgia Tech. It's that simple. Those are the four. Remember these names for those that are trickling down and watching. Cole Crawford, Sincere Gaylord. See if MJ Burnett can move to the cornerback spot. Land that four-star safety that you're trying to flip. You know what I'm saying? And bring JB in. I think at that point you got it. That's top 25. That's probably even top 20. And that is, you go up from 5 blue chips to about 8 blue chips. 8 to 9 blue chips. Does everything that you need. And they got the investment. So for the fans, y'all been commenting on my posts a lot. Y'all got to donate. Alexander Tharp Fund. You know what I'm saying? Send out your donations. It ain't got to be $3, $4, $5, $6, $7,000. If 40 of y'all contribute 100, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see what I'm putting down? That makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? Got to support. You want your team to be national. You got to support. We know they got the infrastructure. We know they're going to invest in their team. They're making it more of a fan experience at Bobby Dodd Stadium. But now they need y'all help to obviously expand that. Right? That's my humble thoughts, and in my opinion, I think that's what Georgia Tech needs to do. If they're serious about winning for the foreseeable future, you got your man locked in. Brent Key locked in for the next 5 years. You got Ryan Alpert. He's shown the investment. Y'all seen, them boys go and schedule Florida, right? So everything's there. Everything's on the roll. Everything is, whatever you need is there. Now you got to handle your business, right? But that is what you got to do to land this class. Now it's going to be interesting, right? Because today's Saturday. They got 2 commits. Do they get a couple more tomorrow? We're going to find out. That's going to be very crucial for Georgia Tech. Because if they get those 3 to 4 that I'm talking about, look the hell out. They're going to be good and good for quite a while, right? Regardless of whatever Key does in the portal. He's already shown that he can cook in that portal. You ain't going to see what I'm talking about when he cooks in that portal this year with Jordan Walker and Noah Carter, right? And Gavin Harris and Chris Corbo and Spencer Mermans and Alberto Mendoza and Justice Haynes, right? Y'all see what I'm talking about. It's going to be interesting. But good class. Very good class. But it should be top 25. That's what you got to do if you Coach Key, if you want to land that top 25. We're going to find out, though. We're going to find out. All right, Tech fans. Love y'all, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Hype up this video. Share this with a friend. I'm going to post this on X in just a little bit. I'm going to site tweet and post this, man. Love y'all, man. Please let me know. Engage with me. Let me know more content you guys want to see on X, on Instagram. I'm same across all my platforms. NAGH Woke. Y'all engage with me, man. Whatever content y'all want to see, I got y'all. Hoops, football, baseball, here and there, but mainly football and basketball. I got y'all. All right. Much love, man. Appreciate you guys always tapping in and tuning in with me. I will see you guys in the next video. And remember, as always, peace and love.